Hi everyone, it's Jim Gillis with Win My Vote. In today's video, we're going to cover how groups and organizations can use their group page to survey their members, as well as using it as an online voter guide for their upcoming election. For those of you that aren't familiar with Win My Vote's a free voter engagement site where voters can sign up with just an email address or social media account, and without entering any personal information, just a zip code, we can create for them their own online interactive sample ballot for their upcoming election. So for this demo, we'll use the most recent presidential ballot. And as a voter, I have lots of resources here. So I can check on my voter registration status or apply to vote by mail or vote absentee. I can find my polling place. I can reference important dates leading up to the election. I can also add this ballot to any one of my online calendars to get reminders. I can print out this ballot. I can watch debates. I can share on social media. I can even create a group if I want. And there's a variety of other things. One of the big features on Win My Vote, and one of the most important features, involves groups and organizations, what we call trusted sources. And that is that I can choose from a library of groups and organizations and clubs and even individuals that have created a group page and that have made endorsements on my ballot. And there's two ways for me to add a group to my trusted sources. I can just select their star right here, and I just select that, and they'll move over to this first column here, which are a list of my trusted sources. And you can see it's a long list because I've done lots of demos with it. And then the other way is if that group were to send me an invite, and then I simply click on it, and then they are added to my trusted sources. But with that, when I go back to my ballot and I click on one of the candidates' profiles, I can not only learn a little bit more about the candidate, but I can also see the groups and organizations and individuals that are endorsing this candidate. So I can click there and see all. And for example, if I wanted to, learn a little bit more about the AFL-CIO's endorsement of this candidate, I can just click straight through to it.
For the better part of a year, I've been talking about the dangerous and divisive Republican nominee for president.
And then with that, I can decide to favorite the candidate. So I can favorite the candidate here, or I can favorite the candidate here on the candidate's profile page, or I can favorite the candidate here. And with that, you can see here that there's a percentage. Now this percentage won't change because we used this ballot for the National Student Parent Mock Election this year, and we had close to about 200,000 teachers and students that were using it online. So the percentage won't change with a single favorite. But I can show you another ballot with far fewer votes. So this one is the 2018 governor's race for California. If I were to favorite Gavin Newsom, he would move to the first position. His nameplate would turn green, and you would see the percentage there would change. And then we'll work with groups and organizations to let you know the exact numbers behind those percentages, as well as some of the demographics. So when a user signs up, there's a couple of pieces of information that they enter in that we can then parse, and we can put them in different demographics for you guys. But we'd love to talk with you. We all groups and organizations also make endorsements or supporting arguments or opposing arguments for propositions. So I'll take you back to the presidential ballot. This was the San Francisco, California presidential ballot. And you can see that you can scroll down and see the lower offices down to the local level. And then we also did all of the California propositions as well as all of the San Francisco measures. But here I can click on a proposition, and then I can see the groups and organizations and individuals that are supporting the proposition, and the groups and organizations and individuals that are opposing the proposition. So for example, if I wanted to learn a little bit more about the California Teachers Association, and what their stance is on Proposition 55, I could just click through to it.
It wasn't that long ago. Years of devastating cutbacks to our schools. 30,000 teachers laid off. Class sizes in.
And with that, I can say I want to vote with them, and I click on the yes, and then when I go back to my ballot, you can see that it's nice and prominent here. You can also see that there's 13% have selected yes, 7% that have selected no, and there's still 80% of the users on Win My Vote that have yet to select yes or no. So groups that are supporting or opposing propositions, it's great feedback. They can reach out to their members. They can see how many of their members are supporting it, or opposing it. And then I can talk with you about, other groups as well as all of the users on Win My Vote. So I hope that helps. Again, voters and group members are voters, and they're totally free. And groups and forming group pages are totally free as well. And then we'd be happy to talk with you guys individually about some of the new features that we're rolling out that you may be interested in. Thanks. I hope that helps. Feel free to reply to this message or send us an email to groups@winmyvote.com, or feel free to call us at 415-867-9554. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.